Good morning, everyone. We are continuing today in the actual words of the Beis Halevi in his Maimar Bitachon. For those of you looking inside in the English print, we are on page 11, Ois Hey, the letter Hey, which is number 5. And the title of this paragraph is called HaMizchanin L'Roifai. If somebody is being tormented by somebody else, and you are mischanin, you are trying to appease them, and you implore them that they should have mercy on you. You are like a person who is being beaten by a stick or a rod or a cane, and you begin begging mercy from the stick that the stick should have rachmana, should have pity on you and stop beating you. If a person is being beaten by a stick, it's obvious the stick is in the hands of somebody else. And therefore, if the stick is beating you, you don't talk to the stick. You don't ask mercy from the cane. You turn towards the person who is filled with rage and anger, and he's clapping you one after the other, and you ask him, please, have rachmanis on me. So too, if somebody is tormenting you, if somebody is bothering you, somebody is causing you pain, says the Beis Halevi over here, you don't turn to the person themselves, they're just a stick. Rather, where should you focus your energies back towards? HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because He's the one that is holding on to this situation that is taking place, as we're going to see. And at the time, if there is a person that is harming you and dominating over you, Chalila, God forbid, which means, yes, the Beis Halevi doesn't imply throughout anything that we've learned so far that you'll never have challenging times in your life. The Beis Halevi is not telling you that if you have Bitachon, everything is going to work out exactly the way that you want. You'll never have tragedy, you'll never have suffering, everyone's going to love you, everyone's always going to take care of you, you'll always have money, you'll always have health, you'll always have children. The Beis Halevi never said that. The Beis Halevi is teaching us that Bitachon is the vehicle that every single Jew has with inside of themselves to override the challenges and the difficulties of life, recognizing that I'm being saimech, I'm relying upon HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That is true. But it's also obvious, says the Beis Halevi, that there are times in a person's life where, yes, you might struggle with others. Other people might cause you problems and issues. There are times in one's life where there's going to be challenges and there's going to be nisyones, the tests that you cannot avoid. How does a person react in the world of Bitachon in that case? It doesn't mean, whoa, there's no Hashem right now, look at what's happening to me. On the other hand, says the Beis Halevi, there's another way to deal with the people that are lurking around in our lives that sometimes come to make things difficult for us. And this he writes, Yovin, you should understand, Ki ha'koil me'ita yizbarach, everything that is happening to you is coming from HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. If there is a person who is harming you, who is hurting you, who is bothering you, you should know that that person would not be allowed to do such a thing unless HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself has decreed and is willing that it should be. This person who's hurting you, the person that is bothering you, the person that is perhaps spreading slander about you, ruining your reputation, hurting your mishpacha, your family, all of that, you should know that person is like the rod in the hand of the one who is beating another person. Which means that what? He is a rod in the hand of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu has many plans for a person in their life. There are many trials and tribulations and difficulties that a person has to go through. We look in the parshas of the Torah right now, we see that Avraham Avinu was Amid Bekulam. He had one nisayon, one challenge after the other. And each and every one was to make him greater, to elevate him, to bring out the koichais, the potential that is there inside of him. You can't escape the unavoidable, which is that we're going to live a life that is filled with nisyonos. Sometimes it will come directly from Hashem, and sometimes it will come from other people that are around us. They will do things to us that is going to create the challenging moment in our lives. That person, says the Beis Halevi, he's not acting only on his own. That person was sent like a stick to beat A person, he was sent directly by HaKadosh Baruch Hu to come into your life and do the things that he is doing. And if we are sensitive to this, says the Beis Halevi, as we're going to see, if we could understand that whatever is happening in our lives, it's Hashem, it's not the person themselves, it's the Rabbi Shalom's decree, it's not what we ourselves are looking at and seeing with our own eyes, then, says the Beis Halevi, you'll be able to utilize your bitachon, your trust in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the reliance in Hashem. You'll turn towards Hashem, and you won't look at the person themselves. You'll ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu for mercy, not the person themselves. That's what we're going to see Be'ez Hashem tomorrow with the beautiful Mefarshim, the way that they explain these words of the Beis Halevi, or what the Beis Halevi is basing his commentary on over here, that we should understand just how strong the ability of our bitachon is to be able to rise above the inertia of Olam Hazeh, of the worldly things and the people that are around us, and recognize that in fact everything in our life is coming from the Ribbono Shel Olam. Have a wonderful day.